It's a lovely day.
What's up everybody, it's your boy Code102 aka Aiden. Welcome back to another video. Today will be the Manchester United versus Wolverhampton Wanderers or Wolves match preview or prediction, whatever you want to call it. Last time we versed Wolves was in this same picture, the FA Cup, and unfortunately we drew 0-0. Alright first half and a pretty average, if not probably a really terrible Wolves and Manchester United second half by both teams, and that's why we're doing the replay, because both the teams couldn't score against each other. So we're back at Old Trafford. We're gonna have to try and get a result out of this game. It's a very big game. It's pretty much a must-win because we need to stay in cup competitions. If we get eliminated in the FA Cup and then we go and get eliminated in the Carabao Cup, things just get a little bit less entertaining, and it just shows that we're not really improving as a team and stuff like that, you know what I mean? So we did fairly well to get far in the Carabao Cup, but it's time to get far in this competition as well, so Wolves is a must-win in my opinion. Now when it comes to the starting lineup, all depends on the team that Oli puts out. I know that we got a very important game against Liverpool, and there could be a potential signing of Bruno Fernandes that might happen before that game, even though I don't think so, but it could. So we need to be very careful with our lineup. We need to make sure we get out of this game with no injuries. Otherwise, that's the most important thing: win and get away with no injuries. Because if we get an injury, that Liverpool game just becomes even more difficult to play. So when it comes to starting 11, I think there is going to be a little bit of squad rotation, but hopefully it should be enough. There should be enough strong players in the side to take us to a victory, because at the end of the day, that's what we really need. We really need to win this game. Probably the Liverpool game is more important, but we cannot neglect this game whatsoever. So when it comes to the lineup in goal, I'm going to go with Romero. I think Romero, when it comes to cup competitions, is our main goalkeeper. So I think against Wolves it's going to be no different. I think he's going to be the starting goalkeeper, and I think that's his spot. No one can really take that away from him. De Gea might play, but I think that Romero has done nothing wrong to get his spot taken away from him, if you know what I mean. So definitely Romero should start. Now with the right back position, like I said, squad rotation is going to be very important, so I don't think Wan-Bissaka is going to play. I think that it's probably going to be Diogo Dalot, just based on the fact that Wan-Bissaka is probably going to be rested for the Liverpool game. Plus we also, Ashley Young is looking like he's going to Inter Milan this month, so he's probably not going to be playing any more games. So when it comes to that perspective, we're just going to have faith that Diogo Dalot can do well for us. I know his defensive abilities has been very questionable for us over the recent times, being in Manchester United. But for one game, I think it's definitely a trust issue. But I think that he could do well in a one game type situation. Let's just hope that stuff like this, the squad rotation, doesn't affect us too much, because it's just going to be very tough. It's going to be a very tough game, but we just can't let it affect us. We really can't, man. Otherwise, it's game over for the FA Cup, I guess. Now going into the centre backs, I don't know if we have any healthy centre backs, and I can't believe I'm saying this, because the only two that seems to be healthy are starting centre backs. So we've got Lindelof and Maguire. I don't know what's happening with Swansea. I think Phil Jones is injured as well. Rojo looks like he's out the door. Smalling's on loan. So surprisingly enough, when it comes to squad rotation and having a good bench side and all that, that's fine. But it looks like our starting centre backs are going to be Lindelof and Maguire. So we'll start with Lindelof. I definitely think Lindelof, if out of the two, is probably going to play. Lindelof seems to have a very good injury record. He tends to keep himself fairly fit for every game. He doesn't seem to get too many knocks or too many injuries. He's a very smart, intelligent centre-back. So he's probably going to play, and that's fair enough. I think he's out of the two, he probably should play, just based on the fact that he hasn't returned from any major injuries or even minor injuries that we know of. So Lindelof should play. I think he's going to do pretty well. I can't remember a time where he hasn't done fairly well, because since the beginning of his career, he's done pretty well ever since. So You can only trust that he's going to do well again. I do think Harry Maguire is also going to play. Now, the only reason I'm going to say that Harry Maguire is going to play is because, as I said again, we don't have another centre back. I can't believe I'm saying that, considering all the freaking improvements on the defence that we did, but we just don't seem to have anybody else at the moment. So Harry Maguire probably has to play, even if he probably needs a rest. He definitely does need a rest. There's a big chance of him re-injuring himself just playing this game, but we don't have anybody else. So we're gonna have to take Ollie's word and just hope that he's fit and he's ready, and the high pain threshold that he has will pull through. And yeah, that's all I really have to say. Left back, I don't really know what's happening with Luke Shaw. It seems like he's been very unfavoured by the manager of late. So it's probably going to be Brandon Williams again. Brandon Williams seems to be playing many games in a row consecutively for us. It's probably good for him, but I think he needs to be rested for the Liverpool game as well. But I'm definitely not going to say that we shouldn't play him. Like that's pretty much a coach-based decision. If you're going to play him or you're going to rest him, either way, I'm going to be happy with that. I'm going to be fine. I like Luke Shaw, as I said. I don't think he's done anything majorly wrong to lose his spot. But there's just someone that's playing better than him, and that person deserves the spot. So Brandon Ingram will not Brandon Ingram. Oh, I'm thinking of basketball. Brandon Williams will probably play, yes, and he's going to do well, man. He seems to be doing well every game, so can't say he doesn't deserve it. Going into the central defensive midfield positions, I think this is going to be very difficult to choose what's going to happen, because who are we going to rest and who are we going to play? Now, obviously, just based on recent experiences, it looks like Fred's going to play. I think that's pretty nailed on. Fred plays nearly every game for us now. He's becoming that player you just can't remove from the midfield at the moment, just because everybody else is out. We don't have any reinforcements coming in, it looks like, for that position. So Fred's probably going to play. And Fred's probably going to do well again. We'll see what happens with that. He didn't have the greatest game in his last game, but if that's him having a bad game, I'm very excited to see what's happening with Fred in the future. But he's probably going to play. Let's see how he goes. We're going to hope no injuries, nothing like that, because we need him against Liverpool. If we don't have him against Liverpool, that's another midfielder down. We're going to be in major jeopardy. So let's just hope and pray everything goes well. I do not know who's going to play the other one. I really think we need to rest Matic. I don't think Matic is at the age or the fitness or the level where he could just play games consecutively in a row. I feel like something's going to happen. Now, that's just an instinct. I'm not going to say that anything's going to happen, but we've got to be very careful with that, because if you're going to trust an aging player to carry your team and play multiple games, it might not work out well for us. So I'm going to go with Andreas Pereira playing that position, just because I think Matic needs a break and we need to rest him for the Liverpool game. Because so far Matic, he's been in decent form. Maybe against Liverpool it's going to change, but maybe not. You never know. You're going to have to trust with what you got. So we're going to have to play him against Liverpool. So we need to do well. We need to do well without him, and I think we will do well without him. I think Andreas Pereira, it might not be his natural position, that CDM role or that midfield type role sitting back, but I don't think he can't do that position. I mean, he's played that position for us before in seasons ago, and he's done well there, so he can do well. And I'm going to stick with Andreas Pereira playing that position. I just hope that midfield pairing of Andreas and Fred can carry us through this game, because it's very important. This game is very important. I'm going to keep saying it. This FA Cup game is very important to us. So going into the cam position, now what I want to happen personally, I want to see Angel Gomez play this position, because he's a young player and I think he's ready to prove to everybody that he has what it takes. Maybe there's been rumours that he's in that deal for Bruno Fernandes, and if that's the case, it's going to be very sad to see. But of course, you got to understand and accept it. But it's going to be very sad to see him go, and hopefully there's a chance he comes back. I don't know. I don't really want to put any player in that Bruno Fernandes deal, so we'll just see what happens. Anything can happen. So but for this game specifically, I really want Angel Gomez to play. But what I think is going to happen is we're going to see We're going to see Jesse Lingard again, I really think. Now, the rumours of him being axed so far looks to be true because I haven't seen him starting all the bench in recent games, but apparently he had a sickness that just got really bad. So I don't really know what to believe anymore, but I'm going to believe that Jesse Lingard is not being axed because I just think it's ridiculous how he's going to be axed if he was playing not too long ago and then all of a sudden he's not playing anymore. It's pretty strange. Usually it's like a gradual thing of him not playing if we're going to try and get rid of a player, and we can't risk whether he's in bad form or not, we can't risk not ever using him because we're going to be in very serious trouble. We need midfielders. We need anybody we can get. So beggars can't be choosers at this time. So Jesse Lingard, I really think we're going to see him, and we'll just see how that goes. He's been in very bad form, and maybe I don't think Wolves is going to be the best game for him to play at, but you never know. One goal could set things straight. I don't know. With Lingard, it's a very tough situation. I want to make a video about it later. So for now, we'll just say Jesse Lingard is probably going to play, in my opinion. Then onto the three attackers. Now this is also going to be difficult because it all depends on other players fit. Can they play 2 games within the week plus the Norwich game as well? So 3 games within a week, and can they do it efficiently? And I think some players can and some players can't. So, that being said, I am going to say that Rashford is going to start. I think Rashford nearly starts damn near every game. So, I think he's proven to us, whether he's tired or not, he can do something against any team. He can provide that spark. He can provide the run. I think Rashford, he's a workhorse in that team, and it's surprising that one of our best players, when usually you have the workhorses that don't get recognition. I think Rashford, he's a workhorse, but he's also one of our best players and he gets that recognition. So I think Rashford will probably start, and I'm hoping for a goal out of him. He's on a goal scoring form. It's pretty insane the goal scoring form he's in. He's becoming more and more important for us, so we need to see another one from him today. We really do. And I think we will. I think that it's going to... I'm not going to give away my prediction, but I think it's going to be very close, and I think Rashford's going to pull it through. But anyway, let's keep going. When it comes to the the striker position, I think the striker... I think we need to rest Martial because it looks like... when it comes to any type of injury, he's more likely to sit out than play through it. Now, that's not me attacking Martial whatsoever, but maybe playing 3 games in a row when you already had a hamstring injury this season, I don't think it's the greatest idea. So I'm going to say Greenwood should start, but if Martial starts, I'm going to be extremely happy as well, because Martial is he changes our team completely. He really does. He does more than just score goals. When he's in the team, the chemistry really, it goes to another level. So I really want Martial to start, but I think just for his health, we should start Greenwood. And I think Greenwood will be a similar story. Mason Greenwood is he's young, but he already looks like he's going to be a world-class type player. So starting him against a game like this, it could do wonders for him because it's an FA Cup, it's a game where if you lose, you're out. It's going to be a very tight game. It's going to be a very important game for him to play in. And if he scores, that's going to do wonders for him. That's going to really set him off into a place where not just United fans know about him. That's going to be the type of situation. If he can score, or he can get an assist, or he can have a match of the player of the game performance, where people will start recognizing who he is, not just Manchester United fans. So, yes, I think Greenwood will probably start. And right wing, I'm going to go with Daniel James. He got a pretty good rest in the last game against Norwich. I know he came on, but I think with Daniel James, there's always going to be a problem of like potential injury just based on the fouls that he gets. It's ridiculous, the amount of fouls and the hard fouls as well that he goes through. So that rest was probably well needed for Daniel James, and I think he's going to play this game as well. Or maybe Tahith Chong will get his chance again. I like Tahith Chong, but it looks like he's not going to be staying around Manchester United, which is sad. But whether it's Daniel James with Heath Chong, I'll be very happy. I like to see the young players play, and they're both really young and talented. So yeah, that's fine. When it comes to my score prediction, I'm going to go with a 2-1 Manchester United win. I don't think this game is going to be tight as before. I think both teams are going to play much better. So I think 2-1, and I do think Rashford's going to score. I think he's going to score the last goal. I don't know. I got that feeling inside of me. Hopefully I'm not proven wrong, but you never know. So 2-1 is my to Manchester United is my prediction. Thanks everybody for watching. Please like and subscribe if you want more content like this. It's your boy Code 102.